How do you access your subconscious and install a new version of yourself? The answer is simpler than you might think, but it requires awareness, repetition, and commitment. And that's exactly what we're going to explore now. Bob Proctor taught that the first step to reprogramming your mind is to take control of what you allow into it. Your subconscious mind doesn't distinguish between truth and lies. It just accepts. Anything that is repeated with emotion becomes a belief. Everything. So if you've been told for years that you're not capable, that you're not enough, that you don't deserve it, your mind has accepted that as fact, and now it works day and night to keep that belief alive. The good news is, if it learned that, it can also unlearn it. First step, awareness. Start observing what you think. Every single day. What are your internal dialogues? What do you tell yourself when something goes wrong? Do you curse yourself? Blame yourself? Put yourself down? Realize that you are reinforcing your negative programming without even noticing. Bob said, "You are not what you think you are, but what you think you become." Self-awareness is the beginning of all transformation. Observe your thoughts, like you're watching a movie without judgment, with clarity. Then comes the most powerful step of all. Repetition. The subconscious only learns through it, saying, "I am capable," once a day, won't work if you sabotage yourself the rest of the time. That's like trying to put out a fire with a glass of water. You need strength, intention, consistency. This is where affirmations, visualizations, and creative imagination come in. Bob said, "Imagination is the language of the subconscious." When you imagine something vividly, your body reacts as if it's already real. Your heart races, your breathing changes, your emotions ignite. That's your subconscious responding. So, every day, when you wake up and right before you sleep, take a few moments to visualize the life you want, but don't just see it. Feel it. Feel yourself living that life. What are you wearing? Where are you? Who's around you? How do you feel? Emotion is the fuel of transformation. Now pair that with Waksu affirmations. But don't say them flatly. Say them like you mean them. I am prosperous. I am worthy. I am capable. I am loved. I have everything I need inside me. At first, it might feel false, but that's just the old programming resisting. Persist, that's how new beliefs are built. Bob used a concept called self-image. He said every human carries an image of themselves in their subconscious. That image dictates everything. How much money you believe you can earn, how you respond to challenges, even how you dress and walk and speak. Change the image, and you change the entire system. Act like the person you want to become. Before you feel ready, ask yourself, what would the future me think? How would they behave? How would they solve problems? Then do that, even if it feels unnatural. This sends a loud message to your subconscious. This is who I am now. Over time, that identity becomes natural, automatic. True. Another key factor, your environment. Your mental space is sacred, toxic. News, negative people, drama-filled conversations, these all reinforce the old patterns. Your mind is a garden. If you don't plant flowers, weeds will grow. So choose what you allow in. Bob also emphasized one thing above all: decision. Most people wait until they feel ready. but readiness never comes. You decide first, and then everything begins to shift. He said, "You have to be willing to do whatever it takes to become who you want to be." That willingness starts with a decision. Decide now that you're done living on autopilot, that you're taking the wheel, that your subconscious will no longer be your prison, but your greatest ally. Most people fail here. They understand the concept. They start with excitement, but they give up before the change kicks in. Why? Because they expect instant results. But the subconscious needs time. It needs repetition. It needs patience. It took years to create the old program. It won't disappear overnight, but it will change, and when it does, everything changes. Now, here's a secret ingredient Bob always mentioned: gratitude. It's the highest vibration you can emit. When you feel grateful for something you don't yet have, you're telling the universe, "I already received it." And your subconscious takes that as truth. It begins to operate from that reality. So be grateful every single day. Grateful for what is and what is coming. Grateful like it's already real. And if you ever think, "But what if I don't believe it yet?" the answer is simple. Keep going anyway. Eventually, the new thoughts become stronger than the old ones. You'll think differently, feel differently, act differently. Opportunities will appear. People will show up. Life will align. Bob Proctor said, "You don't attract what you want. You attract what you are." So, be now who you want to become. It doesn't matter what's happening on the outside. What matters is the inside, because the outer world is just a mirror of your inner world. Let's recap. Observe your thoughts. Visualize with emotion. Repeat powerful affirmations. Act like your future self. Decide firmly. Protect your mind, and above all, don't give up halfway. Transformation is invisible at first, but it's happening. Silently, deeply, powerfully. You're not alone in this. We're all reprogramming, evolving, awakening, and every step you take inspires others to rise too. Because what we all truly seek is freedom. Freedom to be who we really are, beyond fear, beyond guilt, beyond doubt. And that freedom starts within. Apply what you've learned. Your life will change, maybe slowly at first, but then inevitably. Because you'll be vibrating at a higher frequency. You'll be accessing power that's always been yours, but until now has been asleep. In the next video, we'll go even deeper. We'll uncover how to use the universal laws. Laws of vibration, attraction, and perpetuation to accelerate your evolution. You'll understand why some thrive in abundance, while others stay in scarcity, even with the same tools, and more importantly, you'll learn how to apply it. But before you continue, close your eyes, take a deep breath, and say to yourself, firmly, "I choose to reprogram my mind. I choose a new life. I choose my power." Because that is the moment everything changes. This is just the beginning. Follow for more content that transforms the way you think.